to the front line in order to stop an attack because it's a setup. Whatever. The whole movie is filmed with one angle, like it just follows him the whole time. It's pretty dope.
What is this?
1917.
It's a movie? Is it a new one?
Yes.
The one that it looks like a musical almost. The thing.
The war movie?
Yeah. Because the preview is like a dun, 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 you know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
And they're like running. That seems like an opera movie to me.
It's a really good movie. True story.
I'll have to watch it then.
One camera, but think about that. It's like it never like cuts. Just
Right.
it just films. So one camera just filming.
Is it a shitty camera or is it a good camera?
It's a movie. Obviously, it's a good camera.
Well, like the Blair Witch Project was a shitty camera.
True. Well, they suck.
Yeah. Anyways, y'all ready?
Doing the Greco.
Dude, don't say that anymore throughout this whole fucking podcast.
Dude, I don't even know what you're saying.
Doing the Greco, man.
Doing the Greco?
I'm Nick Vavar,
I'm Colton.
Mauricio.
It's your boy Chill.
and this is the Modern Rejects Podcast, episode 66. Get a little slow snap, and then build it up a little bit, and then make it clap, gentlemen. Make it clap. Come on. Yeah. You gotta switch it up on them because they expect the straight clap, but then you go build it, and they go, what's going on? And then you go, boom! And then they go, Arr! And they fucking go on the side of the road and they wreck their fucking car.
I didn't even know what was going on, so they definitely don't
Exactly.
know
I definitely wrecked my car.
Anyways, if you're on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're on the SoundCloud, hit the follow button. So we got some things, some going on, some announcements I would like to say. Or more just like what am I trying? Construction plans.
Where
Is that
we're
a good way to
going.
say it?
Where we're going. We
The
got some
direction
plans.
we're heading.
Structural.
We went
reconstruction.
to the dealership. We looked around the car lot a little bit. Found a nice little BMW. It has a drop top, and now we just got it. We haven't drove it yet, but we're might hop in the seat, pack as much clothes as we can in it, and take a cruise and see where it goes.
The goal is to get the car, return it for full profit, and then buy the whole dealership. That's really what we're doing.
That is the end goal. That's the end goal. Okay, so here it is. So we talked about this on the last podcast, or after the last podcast. Chill wasn't here for this one, for that last one, and he didn't really get the whole rundown. So
What's good?
here are the plans for 2020.
2020.
Here's the direction that the Modern Rejects podcast is wanting to go. So this is the plan. First off, we're taking podcasts out. We're no longer the podcast. We're Modern Rejects Entertainment, right?
I like that.
Now, instead of us doing a straight 30 minutes of us just fucking talking about bullshit or riffing and whatnot, this show should be called the Riffin' with Riffin' show. But
Who's
instead of doing that, because you riff.
Yeah, but you said with Riffin, like Riffin was a guy who was...
Yeah,
also-
riffing and riffing, because we riff, and someone else just riffs back at you. So
Okay,
riffing.
Okay.
That's besides this whole thing, bro. Don't throw me off this whole thing. So they threw me off. I'm gone. We're
No,
mad.
you're back.
We're mad.
Okay, we were talking about the rebrand pretty much.
The rebrand. So instead of us just talking about bullshit for a fucking hour or 30 minutes, whatever, we wanted to break up the whole show into a 30-minute show, which has segments. Now, Colton has invested himself into some gadgets. As you can see, if you're watching this on the video, the lighting is a lot better in this
How do we
room.
look?
There are some state-of-the-art lights behind this camera right now that are shining at a good distance, and they're very bright, and they have a cover on the whole thing.
We also got a technical team.
A whole technical team, a bunch of little elves back there. You just can't see them.
You gotta be
They're
quiet.
in the
Be
HR
quiet back
department.
there. Be quiet back there.
No.
Yeah. Hey, Dyke, you can't drink back there. You're on the job.
Tim, shut the fuck up.
Okay, yeah. So what we want to do is you have a special talent. I have a special talent. This guy right here is a special talent, and he has a special talent. Now, what we can do is we can break those talents up into segments of the show, right? 5, 10, 15, 20. That's only 20 minutes. So we'd have to divide these segments up into even time, whatever, right? But you're so Chill. You are a rapper. You write music. You stuff like that, right? So
Just
good
production
set-
in general.
Production in general. So
Entertainment.
Yeah.
creation, the whole thing, right? So
Sure.
that is your lane as far as segments. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So just put it right here. Chilion.com. We'll talk more about that in a second.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So Pat is more of the sports guy. We got him on fucking sports. Now, one of the
We're not talking like Patrick's gonna give you like an update on like what the scores were. We're
talking
talking
straight
Patrick's gonna give
comedy.
opinions and comedy on
a
sports.
comedy opinion, yes.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
because what
Go on.
commentators? Not commentator. Okay, but the point is to make what like Patrick's best at, and that's like the sports that you watch and like knowing like how to play those things. So I would say like his thing would be more like doing like a piece on Luka and the Mavs rather than saying Luka dropped this last night, Tim Hardaway dropped this last night. Like it's not gonna be like we don't need stat sheets every week.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And the cool thing about this is our production team is us,
Right.
right? So every segment we have, you're gonna be writing something for it. I'm gonna be writing something for it. He's gonna be writing something. He's gonna be writing. We're gonna all be a whole writing team. You feel me?
Okay.
So
I
we're
got you.
smashing these fucking ideas together.
We're letting Chill know all this live right now.
Yeah, that's why he's like, "What is going with the fuck? What the fuck?" He has no
So
idea.
like, no, I'm saying because like, just imagine like if each and every single one of us had like our own. I guess it's gonna take some time, believe me.
Yeah,
But when I'm talking,
it's not
about,
something that we're gonna do next week. It's gonna take a fucking minute to build something.
Yeah, but just imagine if we all had like our own intro.
That's what we're gonna do.
Well, that's
So
kinda
like,
the idea, yeah.
so like what we were thinking is like you would want to do is as much as like it'd be cool to like talk about like X rapper or like you would be able to like do your music and do like a breakdown of your music or do like just talk about the industry in general rather than grading a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to
You just brought
become
up the 6ix9ine topic.
Yeah,
That's fucking golden on the fucking rap topic. If you're
Yeah.
You know.
that's true.
But yeah, this fucking. I mean, everybody. It's gonna be a fucking. So the intro is
A whole bunch of fucking.
The intro is we're here. We're right here where we're at right now. We're still here. I mean, we're gonna change everything up, but we're right here. And as we're talking, we're gonna talk about the next segment. And as we're talking about the next segment, boom, we jump right into that segment. Right? We have like we're gonna make some small transition videos instead of just having a black screen going to the next video. Yeah. We're gonna make little small 5 seconds. Should I say the very first one that we said about the fucking laughing?
Yeah, you can say that.
So one of the transitions is like instead of going straight to the video, we're gonna have a 5 second transition, and one of the ideas is us sitting around a table with scotch, like a bottle, like a cup of scotch in our hand, and us just going ha like rich ass old men or something, and then it just goes back to the video. So stuff like that.
So the goal of that, what seems like to me and Nick, what we were talking about is the goal of that is to create no dull moments within like what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
Because
right.
if we're gonna go from,
we're moving.
because we're going from podcast to entertainment, so we
Yes.
want each moment to
And
be
like I
enjoyable
said,
by the viewer rather than waiting for a long drawn out opinion.
And like I said last time, most dudes went from entertainment to podcast. We're coming from podcast to entertainment.
Right.
So that's kind of this the idea, dude. We're working on like. I mean, that's just like a.
That's fire. If you think
Okay, but you got to say
fire.
mine in your position also because we talked about them too, but we were talking about what you were doing is as we have Chill segment, his segment, my segment, but we were talking about with Nick. So since Nick's the creator of Modern Rejects podcast or now entertainment, then he will be able to make our entertainment videos. So say we do make a sketch or a skit of some kind and it's just us being goofy, it has nothing to do with either of our segments.
Yeah.
That would be what we would go as our content creation into Nick's category.
Okay.
Where I would be just like my research, science and history and be able to like do that stuff and then
Some Bill Nye the Science Guy shit. That'd be funny.
Yo, that bro.
Yeah, that'd
What
be
if you had
funny.
like a lab coat?
We can get this guy a lab coat. It's
I
easy.
have a lab coat
Did you fucking
from a Rick and Morty
Yeah.
costume. I was
It's
Rick.
perfect. I think I remember when you wore that. And I don't even remember. I don't think I saw
at
you.
yeah, I remember that.
Patrick was there with me that night.
Where were you at? Did I see you that
No,
night?
we were in Houston.
Houston.
I seen someone with a Rick and Morty fucking thing. I think it was Cody.
It was Cody.
Shout out to Cody. It was Cody. Anyways, but yeah, dude, that's just like the whole. That's kind of like the whole riff
He's
of it.
talking about a different Cody.
To me, that
Yeah.
that would be
Black Cody.
No.
Oh,
No.
mine's black.
Yeah. But
What
yeah,
you saying?
but chill. You like our
Yeah, so
idea
what do you
because
think? You gave us your thoughts, your feedback.
Well, yeah, I like it. It's fire, and it's just. I guess you would say it's a very big step because.
oh yeah,
we're all going to be putting everything into one, and it's got to be the dopest shit. So you
Yeah.
already know it's going to be. We just
That's
gotta
the
put
thing.
time
we're moving
out.
from podcasters to content creators.
Yeah, and this is the thing is, we're talking about it now. We're not gonna jump into it next week.
Yeah.
We're podcasting until our first video, right?
Right.
We can't discuss. We're gonna podcast our first video. Now
We got a green screen too, motherfucker.
that's what I fucking kept forgetting to say. I
We got
kept
a green
butchering-
screen
So
too,
the thing that he
motherfucker.
How do you
got, he,
forget that?
he got a fucking green screen. So this is gonna spice the whole fucking game up, son.
Bro.
Now, Now the thing is, our first video, we're coming in fucking
Swinging,
spicy, dog.
swinging,
I
spicy.
mean, it's got to be the best video that we have ever made. Fucking 10 years from now.
Hell yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This has got to be like the fire one, bro.
We got this, though. I really think we can do this.
So,
I
because
think
first
so, too.
impression on these motherfuckers is everything. I tell you that.
That's why we got to take time, like you said.
So,
I think I was thinking about how we should do our segments. What do you guys think of like always having like the same outfit for your own segment, but like just like spiced up with accessories depending on the times?
yeah, I like that. But
Because like I was thinking for like my segment, like I would like dress nice because I'm like doing something that like I'm
Yeah,
like learning
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Patrick would dress like sporty because that's his
I'm dressing
sports
to
thing.
the topic I'm picking.
Exactly. So like
Okay.
So
the same
every week-
vibe, but rather different accessories on the vibe. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
but like if I'm like going Cowboys heavy,
yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
I'm going to Cowboys jersey and some funny shit. If I'm
Yeah.
going Mavericks
I got
heavy, you
two
know what I'm saying?
Cowboys
Shit like
jerseys.
that.
Or a cowboy hat,
Yeah,
like a
but
real
yours is
fucking
like
Texas
a
cowboy hat.
skirt to me. because
no, dude, it's
your
big,
shit's
dude.
like a
Don't, dude,
bro.
don't fuck around, dude. Don't. Dude, you insulting me right now?
Dude,
And then
you're
ch-
short.
And then chill on yours.
compared to me.
Your
No,
thing
dude,
would
but
be
I'm
just
thick.
like you should.
I'm thicker. I'm
No,
fat.
dude, I'm thick. How much you weigh?
A nice $190 on a good day.
How much you bench? No, I'm kidding. I hate it. Dude, there's nothing.
$190.
There's nothing I hate more than when someone comes when like I'm doing something. They go, "What's your bench?" Like motherfucker, I don't know.
But your tricep.
Anyways, so chill. That's the breakdown. What do you think about it? That's the direction we're gonna be moving in.
I'm ready.
You on board?
with it.
I think that'd
Pat,
be
you're
dope
on
if you
board,
had
right?
your
I'm on board.
Let's
dude.
get some
Do
snaps
it.
for it, dude.
your armored sound, like for your segment, just always have armored sound clothing on. Like, cause you're talking about music,
Yes.
so like by your brand talking about music, like there's nothing that can happen but good things for what you're doing.
That's funny that you said that. We got we gonna have merch that's gonna be coming out soon. So that's
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
brilliant. Yes,
Chill said what I'm trying to do with this music shit, dog.
Dog.
Hey, but for real though, like and we're gonna start coming out with merch for us too. No joke.
Oh, chill, you didn't see it. Oh, shout out to Pop. Hey, get some snaps for Pops, man. Pops is a watcher of this podcast.
Nice.
He I'm surprised he don't ever say anything to me like, dude, what did he like? He never said to me like, dude, calm the fuck down. Or he's never said like, dude, stop saying shit like that. He never said it. But,
Supportive parents.
He went and got me a fucking custom Modern Rejects podcast sweater, dude.
Oh,
a
what?
hoodie. A hoodie.
You have it?
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
other room. I'll show you after this. It's fucking. It's
dope.
art. It's that right there, but without the background.
It's pretty dope.
Just
Oh,
like
that's
on a black
fire,
It's in
sweater?
a black sweater. I have a photo of it.
That is fire.
That is
dude.
pretty sick.
Yeah. So shout out to Pops, dude.
I need one.
Let me see if I can find this photo real quick.
I need one.
Hey, so if y'all didn't know, oh here it is right here.
That's dope.
You fuck with that? Look
We
at
need
this.
one of those.
Yeah, we're gonna start making merch,
Like that.
and I think that's gonna be a really good way to spread like our advertisement word of mouth rather than us like fucking running around on the streets with signs and dumb shit like that.
Well, that's the. I think we talked about it enough. What do you think?
Our ideas,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so
What are you sipping, Nick?
you want some?
You said it's Jewish wine.
So this right here, what I'm sipping on, I'm glad you asked me, Patrick.
I remember.
What I'm sipping on right here is a Jewish wine. It is what some would call, or what the Jewish call, kosher. Now, it literally says this.
Oh, really?
It literally says kosher. It literally says kosher across the bottom of this bottle. Now I'm in the Kroger. I'm walking around trying to find me a nice bottle of wine for a Friday night podcast.
For sure.
I come across the Barefoot, as always. We've all got drunk on a bottle of Barefoot at one point of our lives, right?
Once.
not the greatest.
It's
Not
terrible.
the greatest, but I got the grape kind. I've got the grape kind before. It was pretty good, but this time I wasn't feeling it.
Nick, aren't all wines grape?
No. Some are very.
believe so.
No. Patrick,
They're not?
Patrick, taste that right now.
Hold
Hold on.
Jewish
Silence,
did not use
silence.
grapes
Hold
in
on,
this?
hold on. Before you taste, before you let me explain this. So I'm walking around. Hold on. Let me
Smell
explain
grapes.
this. So I'm walking around. This is pretty cool. I'm walking around. I'm looking for a fucking wine, and I'm trying. I always tell myself, I say, if I see a fucking wine with a grape on it, it's one. You can't find one with a grape on it.
Why? They all have what?
No. None have grapes on them, dude. Fuck? Dude, when I'm looking for a... Listen to me.
Why
When
does
I'm
this
looking-
matter?
It's like
in
a
the first-
bread company putting a picture
wheat.
of bread.
No, we having wheat
bread.
on every single bread.
Listen to me. Listen to me. When I'm looking for a bottle of wine, I am Christopher Columbus searching for America. I am looking for the best and nothing but the best. Okay.
Instead, he found Indians and had to grab some barefoot.
So instead, you found Jewish people making wine, and now it's culture or kosher.
That's besides the point. Don't taste it yet.
I'm smelling. Sorry.
So I finally walk and I see a bottle, right? And it's not in the shape of a wine bottle. It's in the shape of like, you go to a fucking macaroni grill and they're pouring that oil on your plate.
Yeah.
You know how the shape of that bottle is?
Okay.
That was the shape of this, right? And so it was a screw off top, and I'm like, what is this?
What?
On there is some Jewish writing from Jesus Christ himself. So that's when I said to myself,
This is the one.
the great Muhammad has called upon me
Which is
to
a
pick this wine.
This dude mixed 3 different religions in
This is
one.
what you find in church. This is what they give you to
To
drink
pick
in church
this
with
wine.
bread.
Now listen, I grabbed it and I looked around the store for a little bit and I went, I kind of want to taste it before I get out of here.
No.
So I kind of like went, and then I thought about it and I went, no, fuck it, I'll do it in the parking lot. So I bought it $8, whatever. Right? I had some Jewish. It said 11% alcohol on it. So I take it out to the back of the car. I fucking open it. I take a sip of this shit, and immediately I that's a Raven when she gets a vision. She goes zoom. I fucking zone out, and I get a flashback to Arlington, Texas. This church we used to go to. It was the back of it had a big ass castle.
Where's this going?
And in the they would always give you the bread and the wine to drink.
You mean
at
the wafer?
church?
You
At
mean
church?
the little wafer? You know?
Little wafers and a little bottle like this, or a little cup of that, and you would drink it, and that is exactly what this fucking tastes like.
Really?
But this has 11% alcohol.
Now, Patrick,
in
with
it.
all your church experience,
Now,
confirm
Patrick,
this.
grab this cup, and taste the almighty blood of our Lord and Savior.
So
Jesus,
the-
Jesus
yo,
Christ.
Muhammad is from Jews.
Which is not-
No, Muhammad is not Jewish.
Woo! Go ahead.
That is fucking terrible.
What?
That's something a girl would drink. I'm sorry. Nick.
What the fuck?
The amount of sugar in that.
You are basically insulting our good
But
Lord and
does
Savior.
it taste-
Down it with IPA.
You
But
wanna
does
taste
it,
it?
does it taste like it?
Tastes
That's the
like
question.
It tastes like juice. I mean,
What, juice
Now-
or
now
juice?
listen.
The reason why I asked is because is that what they've been giving us?
No, they give you like fucking juice.
No, I was just saying because if it tastes like that, that'd be very funny if that's what they've really.
No,
been
so
giving
you
us
look
in
it
church.
up and it says the wine that it gets guzzled down at the dinner table but leaves you a hard headache in the morning.
Huh?
Because motherfuckers sip on it because it's so good. They think it's like it tastes like juice. Before you know it, you're fucked
fucked
up. As some Jewish motherfuckers do, they be drinking that wine all night, son. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about the other day. You're watching Game of Thrones, and every time they eat, they drink with wine. They never have water.
Never water these motherfuckers.
They
Dehydrated.
always have
Out
wine.
here starting
Could you
wars.
imagine it being 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the woods? Your balls are just dripping sweat, and you're eating chicken, and the only thing you have to drink is wine out of a wooden cup.
Gangster.
You getting
I'm
splinters
with
on your
it.
fucking
Splinter
mouth.
ass
Literally.
cup. Man.
I'm with
So I
it.
had a weird. It was weird. Sorry, I had a weird dream about this podcast
Okay, talk to me.
What?
where we were fucking talking about some shit, talking shit, and I don't remember exactly what we were talking shit about. But like we had like in the dream we had like a following on the interwebs, and some person like sued me because I said something, and I just remember like being in court reading the joke that I said.
Someone sued you for a
And
joke?
all I woke up thinking was, I hope I never have to read a joke in court because the judge didn't laugh in my dream. And I just thought about that, like, wouldn't that be fucking terrible? Like reading like a really fucked up joke like in court.
You would never get sued for that shit, though.
You can get
It
sued for
depends.
you
for a
get
fucking joke?
yeah,
No,
yeah,
you
for
can't,
sure. Yeah, you
bro.
like defamation. You know, there's many things that you can like.
You cannot get sued for a fucking joke.
Hell yeah, lots of
So you're telling
comedians
me
have
I
been
went by a
sued.
crippled kid and I like fucking
Okay.
I like
Be careful,
Eurostep him?
Okay, Nick.
And I like Eurostep
Be careful. Be careful.
Euro stepping a crippled kid, bro.
This
Dude, I'm playing softball.
The podcast is over right now. Before Nick continues, any more jokes.
Well, good thing we're going to the entertainment part. Dude, I was playing softball one time. I was running back to the dugout, and my friend Cam, you know Cam Lansafam?
Yeah.
He runs up, and he's like coming towards me. I'm just running, right? Like he Euro steps me. Not we're not even playing basketball. We're on the fucking baseball field. He Euro steps me, and I fucking tripped and fall, dude.
Greatest Euro step by the greatest high school athlete of all time. Cameron is
Lansafam.
the god.
I make fun of Cameron all the time. Every time I see him, it looks like he's coming from fucking freshman football tryouts. So I always say it to him. He's pissed.
I love
But
that guy.
yeah, shout out to the Jews, man. They know how to drink wine. They know how to make it too.
Not according to Pat.
It's kosher, you know.
Shout out to
Kosher
the Jews.
qualified.
What does a kosher meal consist of? Do you know?
That's a good
Salt?
question. That's a good
They
question.
used to give it out on planes and shit. The kosher meal.
The kosher.
Now it's
Imagine being
gluten-free
that asshole that
meals.
gets the kosher meal.
What is it?
Probably a
consist of,
Jew.
I don't know.
Stop hating.
What does it consist of, though?
I don't know, dude. But if you're asking me, fuck kosher.
I think falafels are probably.
I only
kosher.
drink kosher, dude. I don't eat it.
Okay.
What
Makes sense.
is kosher food?
Food.
When I say kosher, I feel like a surfer boy.
I don't think surfer kids.
Kosher
I
foods
don't
are
either.
those that comfort to the Jewish dietary regulations of kashrut, primarily delivered from Leviticus and Deuteronomy.
Duh.
What the fuck is Deuteronomy?
I don't know any of those words.
Food that may be consumed according to halakha is
Like a
termed kosher in English for the Ashkenazi pronunciation of the Hebrew term kasher, meaning fit.
so that.
Have you ever seen a fat Jew? I'm thinking
Can't
about
think
it
of
now.
one.
Have I seen a fat Jew? There's got to be fat Jews.
There's gotta be.
Should the name of this podcast be episode 66? There's got to be fat Jews.
Trying to locate. Fat Jew. Where are you going now?
We just lost our whole Jewish audience, dude. Good thing we didn't have one to start
See
with.
one guy.
Fucking out.
Some guy just puts Jewish flag in the comments.
Now you finna get a long ass.
Man, how
paragraph,
lucky, think about it though, really. How lucky are we to be in the United States of America? You got to think about other dudes that are like, right now they're sitting in some room on a wooden table with dirt surrounded around them, no TV, and they're just looking at a wall right now.
Not watching the Modern Rejects podcast.
Not watching the Modern Rejects
That
podcast.
fucking sucks for you.
Dude, what a terrible life. Sucks. Here
Moment-
we are, dude.
Let's give a moment of silence for those brothers, man. So Akon is fucking building his own city.
Heard
Did you see
about
this?
Can we talk about
Let's talk
Hey,
about
but
that.
Akon saves lives out here.
Bro,
Akon go hard.
rap goals?
Convict
care what anybody
music, dude. When Akon go, when
the
Akon
man.
says convict, you go, you like that. You kind of like shrug your shoulders. Then he goes, music. Oh my god, where's Akon? He don't sing no more, huh?
He's building cities, bro.
He's saving
So
people
I
out
heard
here.
he got a loan from China to get that fucking city.
I mean, think about
Yeah, but
that.
China
One
also-
person making a city, that's way too expensive.
Well, okay, so what happens is like China is like the way their population is it's like very like there's the what would that be? The most east side is very like spread out like the population wise, and then you get to the cities in the middle and it's very very dense, so there's like a lot of space where literally nobody lives. And they have, I'm guessing, over 50 because I've heard tons of crypto companies, lots of technology companies, they build
That's what
smart
he's doing.
cities.
He's doing his own currency of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, so there's like over 50 cities in China
So,
right
hold on,
now that are like completely like
Yeah.
like they literally let people live in them for like 2 weeks, and then people just like run the whole thing and then they just abandon it.
Explain this to me. So if he's doing his own crypto shit, if I go to visit him, I can't pay him. I have to go exchange my shit for crypto, or I have to just pay him online.
Within that city,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
So
with-
what? There's a city next door, and they want to go over to Akon City and buy
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit.
So like,
I mean, wouldn't it be like if you was just to go like if you was to go to like France, for example, and you had to
Right, but you're getting your own currency just for a fucking like I'm going to Arlington. I gotta
that's
go
what I'm
fucking
saying.
get
That's
their
why
own shit.
that's why I meant by bringing that up is none of those cities are going anywhere.
Yeah.
So like, really, they're just building them to say they built them.
So is he building this from the ground up?
So there's like abandoned cities.
There's lots of abandoned cities in
So
China.
he's gonna go to abandoned city, you think,
That's
and just
dope.
remodel it?
Bro, I would love to just like hop up in that hoe and smoke a blunt and like some luxury.
But there's crackheads all in there
Oh, probably.
living for free. You could just live for free. Just make your own electricity and shit.
Yeah, but like they really do be doing that.
What's that place?
Walton Chain, they're a specific cryptocurrency, but
Yeah.
they built like 3 smart cities and like they had like grocery stores in that shit and like everything.
What's that place
fucking
that you
crazy.
can go and it's like an abandoned little small city and it's like there's a whole bunch of arts and sculptures and shit and it's weird. It's like in a little off a dirt road and shit. It has like skulls and shit on like sticks.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Very confused.
Hey, can you hit that real quick? It hasn't stopped yet, but we're gonna catch it before it does. We're at 27 minutes. Hit it for me now. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Have you ever
B,
heard
go
of,
with
like,
it.
weird-
Give it now. Go ahead, B. Go with it.
Hey.
Give me this now. Go ahead, B. Go with it.
Hey.
Give this now. Go ahead, B. Go with it. Give this now. Go ahead, B. Go with it.
Yeah,
Give this now. Go ahead, B. Go with it. Give this now. Go ahead, B. Go with it. Give this now. Baby. I could have fucking really went in on that shit if I wanted to, son.
Justin Timberlake's a god.
Huh?
Justin Timberlake's a god, right? Isn't that who that is?
Justin Timberlake is the shit. You know how I knew when he was a shit? When I saw him in Friends with Benefits,
Yeah.
the movie with Amanda Kunis, is that her name?
Dude's a good
Mila
actor, bro.
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis? Oh, goodness.
Fuck me tender.
When I knew me and Justin Timberlake were related and probably like the same guy, we're probably like brothers,
Probably not.
is because he ran to the restroom when he had a hard on and he starts peeing. And I was young when I saw this movie. I forgot when it came out, but he's like pissing and he like it was hard for him to piss because he had a fucking hard on. And he's like, I can't fucking piss. And you hear him like, psst, psst, psst. And I'm like, dude, I fucking do that shit too.
We must have the same
And
parents.
so that's when I was
Am I
like,
Justin
dude, I was like,
Timberlake?
oh my god, you know what I'm saying? So we got a special bond, me and
JT.
JT. Yeah, shout out JT. Let's get some snaps for JT, man.
JT, man.
JT has a song with fucking Juicy J, dude. That's how real he is, man. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, but I got something. This isn't the thing I was talking about earlier, but I have like this one thing that I've been researching about that I found this statue in Georgia. There's this thing called the Georgia Guidestones. Have y'all ever heard of it?
No.
No, it's like these like statues that are like 15 feet tall, and they're like solid like limestone, like probably from like this hand all the way to the lights, so probably like 4 to 5 feet in width, and then like 15 feet tall. And there's like 5 of them. They make like a star, and there's one big piece of like big chunk on top, and on each side is written in a different language, like the 10 Commandments, but it's not the Bible 10 Commandments. And like nobody knows who built it. There's like a little piece on the ground that says it was built by a guy going under the pseudonym R.C. Christian. And then it says 6 feet below that is like a time capsule that no one can open until it says cannot open until the date, and it says like 07 -- like Like it doesn't say
Why can't we open it?
an open date. But either way, it's been sitting there since like 2002, and like I said, it's in like all these different languages. There's like English, Spanish, German, French. There's
It's aliens.
there's a Sanskrit, which is like the oldest language, and then also Sumerian, which is like the second oldest language. It's also in those two languages, and it says shit like the number one is keep the population in accordance with nature at less than, I think it says like 6 million people, and like there's 8 billion people on Earth right now, and it says like the rest of them are very kind of like. Okay, I'll look them up, and just the rest of them are kind of normal, like they're like kind of like religious commandments, like don't do harm to thy other, blah blah blah. But it's fucking crazy because like there's people who like are paid to clean it because people come and like spray paint it because it seems very like fucked up to say kill 90% of the population. There's people that go and like fuck with it, and there's cleaning crews that like come in the middle of the night and come clean it, and it's like it's not owned by the state or nothing, and it's by this dude, like I said, RC Christian, and like RC Christian is pretty much like a pseudonym for like Rosicrucianism, which really isn't that fucked up of a thing.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was crazy that I found those stones, and they're like in America, in Georgia, they're in the way that the Stonehenge slabs are, where they're just that big that they can't fall over type of shit, and like whoever made that to outlast houses like this. Like they were thinking, if there's the society goes to shit, and people start breaking houses, like you can't really fuck up a stone. Like they made that shit to stay. But if anyone's watching this, you should look that shit up. It's kind of freaky, and nobody really knows exactly why it's there or what exactly it means or who really
Hey,
paid
if you're
for
out
it.
there, go search for this fucking stone, man. Colton can't sleep at night.
Georgia Guidestone says kill 90% of the fucking population of Earth.
Well,
in Georgia.
Let's see. What got me was all of the damn languages. That's what got me.
Exactly. That's pretty crazy, man. Like Sanskrit, fucking Sumerian, like ancient Hebrew is on there.
That's like from, dude.
Ancient Hebrew.
It was actually erected in 1980. I'm sorry. But
Erected?
Erected.
I'm erected at the moment.
Nobody knows what it is. Like for real. Really no one knows what the fuck it's doing.
well,
Cool.
Chill. Any last words, my friend?
Shoot, my bad if I've been eating these chips throughout the podcast. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm not eating all day.
Oh wait, I got one more thing about it. It actually is so it pretty much marks at the middle of the year. It marks the celestial pole of the universe, like where if the Earth was, because we're like tilting on this axis. It gets it straight up and knows exactly when it's straight up, and it's marked to have like the certain light come through it. It also has a horizontal slot that indicates the annual travel of the sun, and on like one day every year you can like see directly through this hole between all 5 of them that like sees directly to the sun. And then another one, the sunbeam goes through the capstone marks at noontime throughout the year, like every day of the year. There's like, or not every, but some days of the year, like the sunbeam goes through this like little hole. It's just like, it just proves that whoever built this like also had it like astronomically aligned for some reason. Yeah. And like that seems like some esoteric shady shit. Like you just, because if I was to build a building, I definitely wouldn't align it with the fucking
Why not?
sunbeam moon.
I would.
But I mean, you gotta think about it. Why?
Yeah,
not?
but, like why would you?
Like you're just,
know what?
bro. You're just, and you're in the old times. You don't have technology. You don't know what the fuck.
It's
space
1980.
is.
1980. That's not old times. That's like after our parents were
Then
born.
the homie was just like, "Oh, dude, I'll just fucking build this shit. Sun will come every day, and then this and this." I feel like you could do that.
I'm not saying
thinking shit.
No, you could
know?
do it. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying why would you do it and who built this thing in general.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's not saying that people can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just, why would you? Who?
But that like at this, so okay, sure, yeah, feel you. Why? But why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not do it? If you gonna build
Seems
it.
like a lot of money and a lot of effort for something that if you didn't have a reason, like say I did it myself, like I'd be like, all right, Colton O'Brien built this. Like I spent all my time and effort on this. like I spent all that money doing that instead of just writing my name on the ground, you know, in a fake name.
But you were just proud.
Well, Colton,
Hey,
we gotta find these rocks.
well, it's just there was this little square in the corner that like wasn't there, and then someone went and like placed a cube in it, and like nobody knows who placed the cube. And the cube had all these fucking numbers on
You're
it.
just a fucking kid. Put a fucking cube in.
No, there's like it's stone. So someone cut whenever they built it, they laser cut a square in the top corner of like the hardest to reach spot, and then 2 years later came and like finished it with like a cube, and it had fucking dates and numbers on it. Like, I don't know what it meant, but it's fucking weird.
Man, what's going on here? What's going on in the United States, America?
Georgia.
It's crazy.
Georgia.
What was I saying?
Georgia.
It's not like someone took a hammer and chisel and like
Georgia.
chopped that hoe in the middle of the night. Like someone took a laser to that bitch.
Well, Colton, any last words?
Last word.
Patrick, any last words? Shout out to the. I didn't even know you had that tattoo. I like that.
Yeah,
I have
baby.
that sticker right here somewhere.
Yep, I remember that.
Shout out to Mohammed.
Jews.
Shout out to Jesus. Shout out to Buddha. Shout out to
Yo, real quick.
Chick-fil-A employees.
Can you do me a favor?
My
What?
pleasure.
Can you check the audio?
Why?
Just check it real
It's
quick.
fine, bro. I promise you weren't smacking through it.
No, what I'm saying is there audio.
Yeah, there's audio. What are you talking about? Looking at
Okay. 'Cause,
Capo, capo, capo.
Just get out of here.
All my life I've been with intellect, but the flow is like incest with degenerates. Fucking stupid, defiant of interest as I interject. I moonwalk in my boots, footsteps when I'm on set.